All right, let us see here. Whoops, I didn't even... I am not ready at all. My internet is not working at all. Okay. Come on. Internet, work with me. Come on, Internet. Hi, Lucifer, Nabila, Paratosh, and Alban. And Envision. Come on. Are we good to start? Okay. Let's see. So I guess people can start submitting teams while I get set up. All right, we'll go with that. All right, so wait, is there video? Is the video not working? Actually, I'm not sure if it's working. I can't see anything. Oh, YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. According to YouTube, it's not working, so I have no idea. Hi, Sheldor. All right. So, Tavern and Fuse reset. Couple of heads up. There are quests to finish PvP using heroes of specific factions. There are quests to use silver keys. So if you have silver keys... Oh, I actually have none, so that is a problem. So I'm going to work on getting 15 silver keys. Let's try and maximize it, actually. I want... Oh, whatever. So you need 15 silver keys if you want to make it easy on yourself. You don't need 15, so I guess it doesn't matter. You can just wait until you actually get that quest. If you get it, then you get it. If not, then you don't. But we'll see. Okay, let me switch over so that I can auto-click while we do this. Feel free to submit teams. And we have, what, 1, 2... You have like 4 people already. Hey, Notch. All right. Let me get one more thing set up that I wasn't ready for. So I'm saving the list of people that submitted last time. Please don't submit if you submitted last time, but if I catch it, I'm going to block your team from being critiqued the next time, but, you know, whatever. Not a major issue. Oops. No! Why would you do that to me? There we go. There we go. All right. Hey, Ashley. Let's see here. All right. I'm just going to hop into it because the sooner we get through it, the update should be coming in about 5 to 6 hours. It could be, yeah, it should be about 4 to 6 hours. For everyone else, it only lasts like 30 minutes, but for my server, it takes 4 hours because we are the test server. Thanks a lot, guys. And whatever. Alright, so where did I put that thing? Here we go. Alright, so we'll start with Paratosh. Ragnarok on Bale and Kurt is fine. So I'm gonna be honest, I use this team but with Vivienne in place of Azathoth, and I actually don't think it's that strong. So this, I don't know if it's significantly better. I'm sure it's okay, but honestly it's not amazing. Is Hodor and Diamond Key? No, he's not. No, he is not. I would give this an 8.5. Azathoth is not gonna do anything to a team like this. So the reason that I struggle, I feel like, could be because of Azathoth, but I don't actually know. But I'm basically using this exact team, but with Vivienne instead of Azathoth, and I feel like it has like a higher chance to lose to regular Kurt teams. So I'm not really happy with it. I feel like before Bryn's Sig, you're just not strong. Hodor helps, but Hodor alone is not super reliable, I guess. Alright, so we'll give this an 8.5. I mean, you already know, you need Bryn's Sig, that's it. Mythic Tears of the Goddess. Put it on the slowest of your energy heroes. In this case, that's probably Vegvisir. The reason that you don't want it on the fastest is because Azathoth is going to fire first, giving 20 energy to Skuld, who already has 100, and you wasted it. Hi, Joan. So you wait until Azathoth fires, has 0, then Veg fires and gives Azathoth 20, and then maybe he got hit a few times, and then he attacks, and he should be at 100 by round 3. So it's a little bit more efficient to give it to your slowest energy here, or your slowest, yeah, the slowest of your energy heroes. Hi, Justin. Quite honestly, I half want to give this an 8. Nah, we'll keep it an 8.5. A Vivienne in place of Azeroth? I don't think so. I'm not happy with that team right now. I'm not sure that this team has a future against people that are working on the new meta. I mean, Azathoth's not that good. He really isn't that good. So, or I mean, he's not as overpowered as he used to be. Hey, Rosby, and what's up, Arnell? So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, try it out. I think that it has a lower win rate, so Azathoth is probably fine. Okay. I mean, I was thinking about that, because Veg does get crowd controlled a lot. But then, if you think about it, Skuld is also an issue because after she loses her first bubble, she actually gets crowd controlled a lot too. Surprisingly. So I guess Skuld is the safe in-between option, but it's not bad on Vegvisir. I give mine to Skuld just because Skuld is the one hero I know is going to be on all of my teams anyway, so it's easier. Best artifact to get with moon shards, star shards. Period. Period. I mean, everyone needs Sigurds. Even if you have a T4 Sigurd, you still need Sigurds. So all you can do is wait for good heroes to show up. And at the same time, you can probably start spending time working on... Oh wait, you have 2 Skulds. Alright, then, I mean... your setup's pretty solid for Honor then. Jeez, 2 Veg, 2 Skulds already? It sucks because there is just no easy way to get better. The ways to get better are very specific. Hey, Qatar. It's very specific. It's Bryn, it's Sig, it's mythic artifacts. That's it. That is the only way that people can move up when they are stuck. Yeah, 2 Kurt doesn't really do anything special anymore. My second Kurt was benched a long time ago, so... Joan, I recommend you not care about the runes in a 9-star team. Use whatever you happen to land on and that you can afford. Do not convert runes for a 9-star hero. It's too expensive, and honestly, it's not important. Hi, Dolwyn. Yeah, my second Kurt is trash in honor, so... Like a generic Kurt team without Bryn Sig? No. I mean, yes, he can beat a one... Actually, didn't he beat some 190s? I beat some 190s with double Skull, double Kurt, Phoenix, and I think Freya. I've done it. It can be done. But it's so RNG heavy that you have to try so many times to do it that it's doable, but it's just very hard. Alright, next is Jews, who actually... Okay, well, we'll allow it this time, but he was blocked for a little bit, because he submitted multiple times in a row. You should be able to do Adamantine 190 as well, with the exact same team. Alright. Okay, so this guy benched his Kurt for Lorelei? Wow. I'd rather have Kurt than Lorelei, but if this team is designed to be playing full support to Bryn, it's not the best option. Bryn's just not a solid PvP hero. Paratosh, did I sound like I had a Vivienne in that team? Did I say Vivienne at all? I said Phoenix, Kurt, Skuld, Freya. That's what I said, and it's doable. It's very hard, but it's doable, and I can tell you this is true because that's how I did it before mythic artifacts were added. All right, so I don't actually like this team that much. It's all support around Bryn, and she's not a PvP carry. She's not a reliable PvP carry. I didn't say you couldn't do it without Vivienne, but it's doable without her. That's my whole point. It's doable. And I know because that's how I did it. She helps, but she's not required. I don't actually think this team is that good, to be perfectly honest. Bryn is not even getting hit that much to gain damage. And then the rest of the team sucks. I'm going to give it an 8.5. Kurt's more useful than Lorelei. What am I building right now? Nothing. I'm waiting to see if I can get some new heroes. I don't really have a plan right now. I am actually very much indecisive on where I want to go in the game. I have nothing in the pipeline, and what is going on here? Hold up. Hold up. Take a look at what I have. Oh, where is it? 7.5? No, maybe it's an 8. I don't think it's an 8. Bryn makes it better than an 8. Bryn is like, she's still good. And I think this team is a good 50-50 against Paratosh. We'll keep it at 8.5. I mean, Bryn is just solid. You can't get around that. Alright, so just to show off, this is what I'm seeing over it right now. Oops, why is it rotated? Why are you rotated? Can I rotate this again? No, I can't rotate it. Are you kidding me? Why is it rotated? Ugh. Why do things not make sense? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna test something for fun. Are you gonna rotate it? Now it's rotated the other way! Are you serious? Okay, well, my phone is being dumb. Anyway, the point is that they're both asleep on the cat tree and it's very cute. But you know what? I'm down with that. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Zexanoth, Chesia, Bale, 2 Hell, 3 Heaven. That's not that good, actually. You'd be surprised. It's not as good as you think it is. Hang on, I'm gonna try one more time. Because this is not... It doesn't make sense. Why was it rotated? Like, on my screen, I can clearly see that it is not rotated. It is very clearly not rotated. So why are you rotating here? Well, I mean, it's decent for 100. I mean, it's good, but it's not, like, ultra good. Let's put it that way. Because those heroes aren't super, super good. No, why? What the hell? Why is it rotated? Oh my god. Wait. I can rotate it. Okay, so. Hey, Jack. There we go. There we go. So this is what I'm seeing right now over to the side of me, and it's very nice. I didn't realize Streamlabs could rotate it. Okay, 5-star Fuse is changing that you only need 2 copies of a hero instead of 4. And 6-star is changing that you no longer need a specific 5-star. Alright, so moving on. Kubakia. So he asks, which of these 2 teams is better? Honestly, I mean, I guess it is. The 5-star change is nice. Actually, they're both pretty nice. They are both pretty nice. Okay, let's see here. I don't like Yig. Wait, I didn't realize Scold was T3. Oh my gosh. The full description is that for 5-star Fuse, you need 2 copies of the hero and 6 fodder instead of 4 copies and 4 fodder. And then for 6 stars, you need 2 copies and 4 fodder rather than 2 copies of specific 5-star and 3 fodder. So the specific heroes became now their fodder. Okay. Update is in 5 hours. Alright, so BRK, remember that Hodor's damage is based on how much burn, bleed, poison they have. Yig's burn is trash damage. So having him multiply it by 2.4 is like, why would you rather have it? Why would you want to have him do that? You'd rather have him do his regular attack, which gives seed to your backline and protects them, rather than doing his skill that does no damage. It's a wasted effort. Alright, this team is like a 7, a 6 maybe, and this team is like a 5. No. They're both like 6. That's about it. They're both like a 6. I don't like either of these options. Why do you have 2 T3s? That's... I'm going to take away a point no matter what team you use. I don't think the weekly gem reward changed that much. I'll go look. You messed up by having multiple T3s. We'll say that. But... this one's better. If you don't have copies of Skuld, you don't build her. That's the answer. If you can't build her, you don't build her. Building her like this and letting her stay here is completely pointless. The quests should reset, yes. They should. Well, the point is you should have worked on Bale first instead of Skuld. Alright, so we'll go off this team, and honestly, this team's like a 6. Your 10 free keys? What 10 free keys? There aren't 10 free keys in weekly quests. Are there? Well, actually, my weekly quest reset yesterday, so today there's nothing special in it. Yeah, we'll give this a 5. Yig is just not good. He's just not reliable. There really are 10 keys? Dang. I don't even pay attention to that. Alright. Let's take a quick pause and go compare those, because now I'm very curious. So 5 and... wow, you actually finished the whole thing? You finished the whole thing? That is kind of wasteful. I don't have silver keys and I... wait. Yeah, I don't have silver keys. There is no such thing as a dream team. Not right now. Everything has a counter. Alright, let me see. Can I do this? I can finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't really want to do these. I don't really want to do these, so never mind. I'm not even going to bother. It's kind of not worth it. So this gives you, what, 600 gems? This one gets you... you can't see, actually. 300... you actually cannot... I can't see what they are. That's very annoying. $40, $140. So this gives... daily gives 140. 100. So daily gives less. Well, anyway, like I said, I can finish Brave League, I can finish Purchase Items in Shop, I can do Expedition, I can do Breakdown Heroes, that's 4. I can do Synthesize 5, Awaken 6, Tavern 7, and then I have to do one of these, and I can't do either of these. Wait, what do you mean Sigurd counters for Detlef's energy gain? Kalpa, as long as your pets have speed unlocked, you're good to go. 160 is not enough. You have to promote them past 160, so they have to They have to have speed unlocked. If you have that, then you're going to get 30 cans per pet. Oh, wait. I had his thing... Sorry, I had his thing covering my screen the whole time. I didn't even show you guys. I didn't even show you. Oh well. Anyway, the Chinese quests seem to be less gems per day, or per week. 20 less gems per day, and a little bit less per week. It looks bad, but you get the pet food can, which I think is well worth it. I'd rather have that. So if Detlef kills Sigurd, he doesn't gain energy from kill. I mean, that was a given, because Sigurd doesn't die. That was a given. Alright, so we'll give Kubakia a 5. The Yig team is better just because it has T4s, but if the Bale hits T4, then the first one is better. The 3 that I can't do in weekly is Guild Boss, pull 20 keys, and 20 Fortune Wheel. Would you trade 400 gems per week for a pet can? Yes. Yes, I would. Heart chests? No, I use all those up right away. I didn't say it wasn't worth the time. I just said it's worth the gem trade-off. And also, we have to see how they're available in the wheel event, too. Can 8K give you the pet food? What? 8K what? Wish Star without 500? No, I haven't heard of that. So this is Zazinhole. Alright, so this is a pretty decent team. Wow! Azinhole is rich. He's got 3 level 300s. But I can't see the rest of his team, so we go based on this. And we give this, oh... a 9 or so? $8,000 gems to get to the red pet can? Not even close. Not even close. 7,200 gems is the max that you can spend. No, wait, 7,400 gems is the max that you can... The golden... What? Which golden pet food? You can buy golden pet food for feathers. I'm not sure why you need to spend gems. I don't really understand the question. Healer plus Sigurd. Remember that Sigurd dies for 3 turns. What are you going to do for those 3 turns? They are going to be hitting you really hard. Healing alone doesn't win battles. Especially if they have a healer like Vivienne or something, then you absolutely do no damage. And they will kill Sigurd as soon as he revives every single time. So, no, not that useful. I actually have no idea which question he's asking right now. Alright, so we're going to give this a 9 because this is a solid start. This is a solid start. But without knowing what he's got in his bag, I have no idea what he can build. Oh yeah, this team is a solid team to start out with. Very solid. Heroes like Veg, Kurt, Skuld, Bryn, Sig, all would help greatly. Not really so much Phoenix. Verthandi actually might even be okay, but You know, build what you can get. Okay, so this is... Who is this? Azeroth. Valken back? Yes and no. It doesn't really matter. Because to be perfectly honest, Vivienne is kind of an unstoppable tank on this account. So it's very hard to get through her in general. But it is an idea to put Valkyrie in the back just in case they use heroes like Ripper. But Detlef will probably kill Ripper anyway, so it's not really a huge issue. Hi, Abdel. How much did I spend on my main account? Too much. Too much. I'm like 3/4 through VIP 8. Alright, so Azeroth has a similar team to... No, better team than Jews. We'll give this an 8.5. At least he's got Kurt Bale. Solid damage. How do you improve? Hodor helps and Sig helps. That's pretty much it. Hodor probably replaces Kurt on this team. Either replaces Kurt or replaces Veg. I'm actually not sure. That one you're going to have to play with, because this is actually a situation that a lot of people are in, where there's like 8 decent heroes that are pretty much reliably meta, and then you don't know who is the best. So yeah, Hodor either replaces Veg or Kurt. Try it out. Next will be Alban. Did I just... Well, this is very... We'll give him an 8.25. Vivienne's better than Lorelei. And exactly the same advice as Azeroth. What the heck, man? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. It's like that Spider-Man gif where it's like 3 Spider-Mans looking amongst themselves. Vivienne is better than Lorelei. Alright, so... Level 100. Well, it'll be quite a while before you catch up then. Alright, Cmec. This is basically the same thing. I don't think Freya is that useful on this team. So we'll just give this an 8.25 too. It's usable. Alright, he says, copies of lore, Vivienne, Mulan... Need help on Def team, and who is the priority to level Hodor, Azathoth, or Veg? Definitely Hodor. Definitely Hodor. And do not build Lorelei. Work on Vivienne, but don't really worry about Mulan because you don't have the team to really maximize Mulan. She does best with like Chessia and Sigurd. And Def team... For a defense team, probably Hodor over Freya. His Hodor is very underleveled, so that's not too unusual. So I would trade Freya for Hodor. Try to make sure you don't over level your Hodor, because given that you have Aegina, Hodor would like to stop at max 294. Do keep that in mind while you're leveling him. As far as a defense team, use that with Hodor. The Ragnaroks would go on Kurt Bale. M2 Tears of the Goddess can either go on Bryn or on Skuld. It's kind of, it doesn't really matter that much, because an M2 Tears of the Goddess is honestly not a significant upgrade on its own. Have a T3 lore to convert, or T4, up to you. You can convert her to Veg or Arwen, or kind of depends on what you want. If you want to build someone else, you can always break her down too. You have options there. I don't like breaking down heroes, it's very wasteful, but I'm just saying the option is there. Interesting choice to put Bale in front. Aw, why is your Hodor 296? You done messed up. Alright, so this Hodor is doing some very weird things, is absolutely not optimized whatsoever, and a non-optimized Hodor loses like 40 to 50% of his efficiency or usefulness. Like, no joke. He absolutely loses a very significant part of his usefulness, because now you are no longer using him for damage. And so this team, 294 is Aegina with T1 attack and speed rune. Should I just pull an energy summon right now? Higher than 294 means Aegina also needs T1 speed, which makes her much, much weaker. Alright, we're going to give this team 8 point... It's a good defensive team, so maybe... No, probably an 8.5 or an 8.75. In that range. What would I want to give it? I'm going to say 8.5. With Hodor not being optimized, it's not good enough to be, like, super useful. So we'll give him an 8.5, and there is no undoing it, by the way. Once Hodor is over-leveled, you're done. There's nothing you can do to fix it except break him and start over, and that's a terrible idea. So you have lost the optimal Hodor team already. Okay, this is Red Lace. Why do I get the idea that this is Guppy Trainer? And that Red Lace Guppy is a type of Guppy? Call it a hunch. Hodor 294 at maximum. You can stop lower if you want. If you stop him lower, it gives you a little bit more flexibility with other teams. Chinaman? Am I a Chinaman? I guess I am. By blood I am. Alright, so this... I don't feel like the Lorelei does anything for this team. Like, I'm not sure that the Lorelei helps you all that much here. What does defense break do? One defense lowers your damage by 1%. As simple as that. If they have 20 defense, you do 20% less damage. Period. Having defense break means you don't lose that 1%. How good is this team? Who does Bloodtooth target? He targets highest HP, right? He targets... No, he targets 2 random backline enemies. Hi, Jonathan. That's even stupider. Wow, he could get wrecked by Valkyrie. If their damage is in the front, Bloodtooth does nothing. So... Bloodtooth as a third T4 might not be that great. He's very stoppable. Very, very stoppable. So, I'm going to say maybe not the strongest team to start with then. I mean, as a 1v1, he's definitely still amazing, but when you get into like third, I think he's already started to fall off. So we're going to give this team a... Hey, thanks so much, Ninja-san. How do you sign up for Team Critique? All the instructions are right here. So we'll give this team... I mean, it's okay. It can lose to Detlaf because he isn't guaranteed to even hit Detlaf. So... we'll give it a 7.5. Wow, you 2 cats are dead. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna send this picture to somebody while they are still sleeping. Okay, there we go. Is Arwen the only good assassin on a team? She's not that amazing in PvP. She's just the best first 1v1 hero. So she's like an amazing early hero, but she's not great later on. Why did I need this? This doesn't help me. Alright, so Guppy gets 7.5. Alright, next will be Wallmax. Long wait for Bryn Sig. Yep, that's the way it goes. Yeah, people do not... Well, if you think your first T4 is gonna be Arwen or Ripper, then you better start working on that guild tech. Three-star shards and Hodor. Hodor for Valk, easily. Actually, you could swap Hodor for Phoenix. I would like to... No, swap Hodor for Valkyrie. Just put Hodor in the back. It's not the greatest, but it's fine. Azathoth is not a super high priority, but I just noticed that you have... Oh, I can't take points off for this. I cannot take points off for this because Azathoth did have Awakening. And even if... we just don't know. So, okay. So you get to keep your point for this. Okay, well... then if you are working on Azathoth, I mean, you can. It's fine. He's not going to be amazing for you. Hodor is definitely better. And the point is, if you were not investing into Azathoth, then what's the loss anyway? Man, you know how long I had a T2 Yig You know how long I had a T2 Watchman? I had Watchman forever. I just never had the chance to work on him. But honestly, I would say it's a better use of time to go after Hodor instead. Probably break down Verthandi then, if you don't think you need her anymore. Breaking down a T1 is not as terrible as it could be. He wasn't my lone T2. Olivia was also T2 for a long time. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to show you guys this. Look at this team. Look at this expedition team. It is ridiculous. Hey, Breeze. So, Prejudice, I want to say yes, because honestly, we just don't know how... First of all, you can get a max of 2 of each artifact. That's not enough to get to Mythic 3. It's enough for Mythic 1, which I'm not sure is going to be super significant. Rin Kinks. Attack or crit rune better? I would rather use attack. As far as talents and all of that, you probably should just check the tier list. No. There we go. You probably should check that. So, red cans is fine, but the other thing is, we don't know how many red cans you need to get Einstein up. If you need like 20 of them, and you can get a max of 4, that is useless. So, I don't know the answer to that. I think either way you look at it, spending in this is like the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so this person probably... Okay, fine. Andrew will take a point off for that. My goodness, you are cruel. Lord Kraken, there's no such thing as a best team right now. Alright, so this team would get an 8 probably, so we'll take off 1, so we'll give it a 7. You can blame Andrew for that point off. I was willing to be nice, but he convinced me otherwise. Ashley, if you don't have Bryn Sig, Hodor's the next best. Nothing else you can do with that. As far as 3 star shards, I'd put them on... Probably Veg Scold Freya. Okay, and let the minus point be a lesson to you for working on all these heroes instead of all of these. Detlef with Giant Lizard, which rune? The rune that gives -1 Giant Lizard. Giant Lizard's not really all that good. Definitely bad choices were made on that, so... Alright, who was this? This is Mr. Molester. And Ashley, free to play or not, do not make heroes that you can build just because you can. Make heroes only that you can go all the way to T4 with. Making anything less than that is a waste of time. Especially for free to play. It's even worse of a decision for free to play. Bale without Ragnarok, put Gaia Bulga. If you don't have that, you can probably put Eternal Curse? I always forget. Which one is that? It is... Yeah, Eternal Curse. The Hell one that has hit rate and attack. Hi, Lalunel. Yeah, you and so many other people are waiting desperately for Bryn to come in the moon shop, and I just think that's drowning people grasping at straws. No, knowing that it's an over a 3 month wait from Bryn's release to when she's gonna come in Moonstones. Building her and saving the Moonstones for that time is holding yourself back so much. Arrow, I'd rather not take too many team questions because today is team critique, and so only the people that submitted teams would take priority here. Come on, stupid expedition, give me the chest. Alright. Alright, so Molester has this. Now, I gave him a really high score last time. I kind of feel like this is now where it starts to falter. But who can stop this? If they have 5 with Skuld, and Freya does not kill that kill their 10-star first shot, which she probably won't, then you very much risk Skuld reviving an actually strong hero. So I feel like a Skuld could start to shut this team down quite easily. But because it's basically just Skuld, obviously Bryn Sig, we're gonna give this an 8.5 then. The problem is that you have Arwen, who's amazing, but you are starting to reach the point where she's reached the maximum potential that she can have. And so we'll give this an 8.5. Full assassin team with crit rate rune and crit rate equip. Remember that assassins aren't that fast. If I had a full hit rate, let me see here. Let's say I had... And remember also that they don't hit all 6 people. So it depends who they hit. Zexanoth hits frontline, Lindbergh hits backline and wipes off based on the bubble. If they have a Bryn in the back, you just wrecked your own team. So how fast is Lindbergh? Let's see here. 1259, 1460. Man. Lindbergh gets outsped by tons of people. Lindbergh gets outsped by Freya, by... Obviously, Sigurd outspeeds everybody. And then, because you don't have energy, now you are completely at their whims at turn 1. So, no. Full Assassins is just not going to do that good. Yeah, it's a solid team. Just now is the point where you need to really start focusing on getting Skuld and some better defense going. Alright, next will be Ninja Sun. I'm trying to figure out how annoying this team is on defense. Like, what do I need to get through it? A single Ragnarok and this team is not gonna do anything amazing. But how would I actually have to legitimately kill it? I feel like I would need a good Hodor team to do it. Because a Kurt could do it. You'd probably take out the Lorelei, force her to use the revive, and then take out the Skuld and work from there. Because Skuld is going to die so early, this team should fall apart. So I kind of feel like Ragnarok dismantles this a little bit. I don't know, actually. And why is the pet level 10? Alright, you know what? You know what? We're gonna do something funky. I am actually very curious how this works. Let's try an average team. Okay, so let's try this team. I don't have Lorelei, so we'll just use a Phoenix. It's fine. Scold and Bale. How does this work? I'm very curious now. Alright, so both Vivians fired. I have full energy now. Or full defense. Scold fired. Now I have, like, insane defense. Is that enough? I'm getting picked apart by Freeze here. But they cannot kill me. They cannot kill me at all. Alright, who would have a Ragnarok? Who would have a good team that I could test on? This one doesn't even have a Kurt. I need someone with a Kurt. Nope. Nope. I really do not have access to a lot of good teams to test against. Alright, well, just for fun. Just for fun. Ashley... Hodor generally does better with Chesia and Aegina. Alright, so... how is this gonna work? Oh, pfft, you got wrecked. Does anyone else have... all the people with Kurt quit, so it's very difficult for me to find teams to work with. Like, most people just straight up quit. So I just don't have heroes to work with. Hodor 294 is just a safe spot to stop. Okay. Let's see. So this is a nice generic team. I don't think he has a Ragnarok. My god. If I had access to Bryns, I cannot fight a Bryn team. Like, I literally do not have any other Bryn teams on my server. Well, I think Bryn Sig would tear it up. And I think Ragnarok would also tear it up. Oops. Whoops. Even this team works. Oh my god. This team is better than I give it credit for. Oh, here we go. A Bryn, finally. So this is probably the only T4 Bryn on the server. Aside from mine. Does not have energy. And taunted. Hi, Julius. Okay, so there we go. I lost everything. Starting to feel like I could give that an 8.5. Maybe a 9. Oops. Who did I lose? I lost Phoenix. Nope, and she came back. Hi, Kozor. Alright. You know what? I'll give it a 9. I don't have any other Sigurds to... work with. But I'm still saying that Ragnarok is a gigantic weakness. This guy also has no damage outside of Brynn, so... He's really got nothing going for him outside of that. Oh my god. 10 million healing. How do you begin to stop 10 million healing? Alright, we'll give it a 9. It's not bad. Not surprisingly strong. But you lose a point for having 2 T3s, so we'll give it an 8. So Ashley, as far as artifacts, the tier list is probably the safest place to get it. Honestly, that's going to answer 99% of your artifact questions. So take a look at that when you can. Alright, this is Dan Leon. Really? Alright, how much are you losing from that? Let me see here. You are losing about 17% HP, 10% attack, and some control resist. 8% control resist or so. 12% control resist. Is that worth it? I don't know the answer to that. I feel like this does okay, but I also feel like this is gonna get wrecked by 6-man teams. So it's okay for early. Honestly, you could even put in a 6-star Khalil or Ultima and have fun with that. That is definitely an option. Bone Grip off Veg and get a 4th star shards. More star shards is pretty much always better. So this... oh man, I don't even know how to begin rating teams like this. I really don't know. Dan, losing the Skulled Res is not really as big of an issue as you think it is. You've got enough control and burst damage that things are going to be decided by the 3rd or 4th round, almost regardless of whether or not Skulled revives someone. A full T4 team does not mean that it's a good T4 team. Keep that in mind. God, where do I put this? I feel like it's too early to have this Skulled. $8.5? 9? 8.5? I really... This one I have to score very arbitrarily. I feel like it's pretty strong, but it doesn't feel right. It feels off to me. Now, I am also guilty of using level 1 or like less than 6 heroes on a team back in the early days. But it's just... something feels off about it. But we'll give it an 8.5 for now and then go with that, I guess. I don't really know what the rest of your bag is. But it's really not the worst idea to throw in like a Reaper or a... Not Reaper, but like an Ultima or a Khalil 6 stars. It's not the worst idea. Okay, I'm gonna close submissions now. Alright, Qatar wants a 9. How old am I? I'm old. I'm over 35. Is he saying that because he wants a 9? Or is he saying it because he wants to be scored a 9 or higher? Okay, there's like 12 more. There's like 12 more. I'm gonna wait for Luffy to type and then I'm gonna close it. This is a 9. Is it a 9.5? No, it's not. We'll give it a 9. Qatar, you get your 9. Exactly what you wanted. Sigurd is too strong. And I think you are well aware of that. Newbie should summon eyes for Hodor? No. If you have a 6-star team, all heaven and or all eyes should be in heaven and hell. All right. I am going to close off submissions for now. Sigurd in the way, T2. You'll get there. Once you get there, you'll get your 9.5. Alright, so... next will be Geolors. Boy, I don't have the patience to do like 60 people like I would do before, huh? Sheldor, I've been to Japan, yes, and I know the language, yes. Those suffixes basically indicate how close you are to that person. Chan means you're very close to the point where it's almost affectionate. Kun is like a coworker or a friend, and then San is like default that you pretty much have to apply to everybody if you don't have anything better. It basically depends on how you see the person as your equal or how familiar you are, how close you are, etc. Alright, so Geolors... wait, where did it go? Here? Yeah, Geolors. Didn't include any questions. This is an 8. Very easily an 8. You've got the Kurt, but you've got all support, and that's not enough. This is the point where everybody is stuck at, which is basically Hodor, Viv, Bryn, Sig. That's it. Ashley, that actually confirms the minus point from Andrew. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, assuming that the Azathoth was T1 before any of this happened, and you left him at T1 and ignored him for a long time, but knowing that you willingly made him T1 when you already had Verthandi or other vice versa is worse. Julius, that seems fine for PvP. Wait, I don't even understand what you're asking, actually. Alright, so Geolors, that's where you're at. You just need the top tier heroes. This is where people get stuck, and there's just no way to move from here except for getting the top tier heroes. You definitely shot yourself in the foot. You gave me all the reason I need to solidify the minus point. Alright, next will be X Jonathan. Okay, what do I got here? Scores are pretty good this time, actually. Star Shards, Veg Freya. Tears the Goddess Skull, Giant Lizard Bale. Working to replace Kurt with Themis? Yes. Absolutely yes. Themis is just not as good at all. Oh no! I don't have... So this is a generic burst team which basically caps at 8.5, but because you have Kurt, we're gonna give it an... Or you don't have Kurt, we'll give it an 8. And basically, just like I said to Geolors, you're stuck. Hodor, Viv, Bryn, Sig. That's it. These are the 4 heroes that will raise your score. Anything else, if you don't have any of those 4 heroes, the highest you can possibly get is about an 8. If you have none of those 4, so Bryn, Sig, Viv, Skuld, not Skuld, Hodor. Viv, Bryn, Skuld, Hodor. Ah. Bryn, Sig, Viv, Hodor. Yeah, okay. Bryn, Sig, Viv, Hodor. We should make it an acronym. Without any of those 4, you cannot get higher than an 8. Convert Valk to Vivienne. If you know that you don't use Valkyrie anymore, you can do it. A lot of people are doing that. You probably have no use for Valkyrie, so it's not a bad idea. Poor Valkyrie. I feel so bad for her. But she lost her spot. And then watch, she gets reworked like 2 months from now and everybody regrets losing her. I could see it coming. I could totally see it coming. Just be aware, how important are you? Are you the person that the moment that you make a bad decision, it all comes crashing down? Are you the person that the moment you fodder your Valkyrie, they rework her? I am apparently not that person, but maybe you are, you know? Maybe you are the trigger that the moment you fodder your Valkyrie, they rework her. I could not tell you the answer to that. Gum, I will be asleep. I get up very early now for work, so there's no chance. Almost no chance. We'll see. No, there's no chance. Because on my server, it lasts for 4 hours. So I cannot be awake. So, have fun with the update, guys. Yeah. Alright, next will be Shiv. So, remember what I just said? Bryn, Sig, Viv, Hodor. 8. Sheldor without suffixes is the ultimate closeness. That is the highest level of familiarity. Three star shards? Why does Hodor matter? Hodor does not want star shards. As far as 3 energies, Skuld, Freya, Veg. And if you're finishing Hodor, you're probably tossing Verthandi. Rin, it depends on what artifact you have. If you have Ragnarok, then regular attack rune. If you don't, then Deathbreak. So, yeah, finish Hodor, throw out Verthandi, and go with that. You can turn this Valkyrie into a speed Valkyrie and have her play support to Kurt, but I don't think you should bother with... I don't think you should bother. Just focus on getting a better hero than Valkyrie and replacing her, which is... Bryn, Sig, Viv. Ah! 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 Why? Why? Ah! Teddy's looking at me very funny for making that noise. Alright, so -1 point for having multiple heroes at T1, T2. We know Ripper is a really, really strong first T4, but now you're reaching the point where if they have 2 T4s, you're kind of screwed. Because your Viv is super underleveled and your Skuld is only T2, so it's not that great. If they have like a Verthandi, a Speed Freya that catches your Ripper, you could be in trouble. I think the team is still fine. It's not... No, this is not a crown winner. Absolutely not. This is still a good 7 or 8. Probably 7.5. We'll say 7. It could be an 8. We'll say 8. It's actually respectably strong. Ripper really is that good early on. That is undeniable. Like, he only falters to Arwen, who will completely destroy him. No argument. And Brynn, Sig. Those are really the only 3 are... What the heck? Tears the Goddess is not on Bale in my tier list. Don't you even try to tell me that. There's no way. That does not exist. Now I'm gonna check, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Oops, that doesn't show up, huh? No way. No way. Unless it's because I have no... I do. Oh man, it's because he needs damage. It literally is any damage artifact is better than Ragnarok, is better than Tears. Then what would I give him? What would you put as an alternative? Because in this case, any damage artifact beats Tears of the Goddess. But all damage artifacts are all in one category, so there's really nothing else I can use. No, Ragnarok is equivalent to Gaia Bolga in there. Should I just put on Giant Lizard? Should I just put on damage? Gosh, how do I... Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't want people to put energy on him. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna put Giant Lizard. Whatever. We'll just put Giant Lizard. Baby, what are you doing? Okay. And Harry Beneath, I suggest you put energy on your Ripper. He's really good. Put Mythic Scroll. Oh my god. Like, it's bad enough that people hate the devs. I don't need them to hate me too. I am the casual bystander. Speaking of that, I need to put a... Steven, probably Tuesday. Friday, I have a deal to stream another game, which is a brand new game, a brand new merging game that's coming out. So Friday, I'll be doing that one. So Tuesday will be the next Xenoblade. Oh, that's right. I canceled Tuesday's stream, but you don't see the messages. Oh well. I need to get better at putting out messages on when I'm streaming or not. I don't know where to put them. I'm not good enough to keep up with YouTube community comments. If I was a better Twitter user, I could use that. But I really am not. I don't like Twitter that much. Alright, next is Costas. How much stronger does... Andrew, I like merging games. So it's kind of like right up my alley. It's just like a very casual game. Steven, probably not. I think I'm gonna do Resident... I don't know when I want to start Xenoblade 2. If it is as long as 1, I'm getting really... Like, I'm ready to be done with 1. And I don't think I want to start another, like, 70, 80 hour game. I'd like to play something much shorter this time. I don't know what to score this. Shiv, Aegina is not that good early on, so don't bother. Actually, she's not good without Hodor and, like, Vivienne, so yeah, don't use her. I don't know how to rate this. I feel like this is fine. Can I just give it a 7.5 and say I really have no idea? It's probably pretty good. Aegina needs Hodor and likely Vivienne or other support. She needs a lot of help to be used correctly. To make her actually strong, because she's very squishy. She dies very fast. So unless you're doing other things to keep her alive, which Hodor does, which Vivienne does, then she's just gonna die and waste your revives and then die again. I'm just gonna give him a 7.5. I really have no idea how Bloodtooth is at T2. Like, I just don't know. I'm sure he's okay, but not amazing. Because if this was like a Dettlaff, this team would not be that good. But with a Bloodtooth, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that Bloodtooth can still do very significant damage at T2. That may not be useful considering Horde does their damage at T3 when they get the damage increase, but then again, you probably don't want to use that because then you die because you don't have any healing. Huh. How does that work? Huh. That's kind of wasted. So if Bloodtooth was your first T4, you can't use the damage buff. You have to use Reflect or else you're going to die in 5 or 6 turns. Huh. That is very... I hadn't really thought that through, but that doesn't seem very... like a very good argument for making a Horde his first T4 right now. Huh. Anyway, I was thinking of doing Resident Evil 7 next, but honestly, to be perfectly honest, I don't know where I'm going with streaming right now, so that's kind of the other answer. Alright, next will be Luffy, who gave me a picture that I don't need. You have 3 copies of Hodor, and should you buy 3 copies of Hodor, or buy 3 of Bale and convert Frey... Oh my god. Buy Star Shards. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, maybe. I don't think people should worry about converting until much, much later. You definitely should keep your Dettlaff because he is your only boss damage at this time. If you get rid of him, your guild boss, friends boss, and void boss is all going to go in the trash. Especially if you get Hodor. So absolutely Dettlaff is worth keeping early on. Losing Freya is honestly very, very painful at this stage in the game. She's still quite strong for Den Planet Trial at this point, so it's going to hurt a lot to lose her. So converting, like, unless you're a super whale, converting is just not feasible for anybody that has less than, like, 15, 16 T4s. If you have that many, go ahead. Do whatever you want. If you have less than that, it's going to come back to bite you. As easy as that. It will come back to bite you. You do not have enough heroes on your roster to make it worth it to convert at that level. Hi, Jameson. And so I don't know if that's the answer people want to hear, but honestly, I think that that's how it should work. So, back to that. Who was Luffy? So don't convert yet. So yeah, buy star shards. Hodor is not worth moonstones, by the way. He's just been too available in too many other sources. Okay, so maybe we'll say less than 12. Yeah, okay, we'll say less than 12. Converting's a dumb idea. Higher than that, and sure, you can optimize a little bit better with it. Okay, we'll go with that. As far as scoring this, whew, this is not a strong team. Detlef gets snuffed so hard on teams like this. Now, Bryn does have the opportunity to go off if she doesn't die instantly, but I wouldn't think it's all that great. So we're going to give this team a... we're going to give this team a 7. Give it a 7. So, Hodor, Kurt, Bale. And I'm saying Bale, but I'm not saying convert Freya to Bale. I'm saying make Bale from scratch. Keep the Freya. And make Hodor from scratch and keep the Detlef. All right. Are we closing in on the end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. Okay, we can do 6 more. Zeratorex. Why are you not using this Freya? That is extremely... Why are you not using the Freya? You know who's gonna die first in this? Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna use up his own revive, and then he's gonna use up Skuld's revive. So you might as well drop the Skuld for Freya at this point. And yes, you should complete the Freya. Do not make more than one T1 at a time. Do not do that. Always work on one at a time. Doesn't matter if your problem is gold souls. If you don't have the souls to upgrade, then you wait until you do. You do not make new heroes just to have them, because if you have 4 T1s because you made them slowly and I have 1 T4, guess what? You lose. Oh, the third. Oh, okay. Who should you swap with? I just said Skuld. I know I just said Skuld. Because Phoenix is going to use the revive earlier. Why do you think that this Phoenix will ever get a chance to do anything? This Phoenix is gonna die. And you think this Skuld is gonna provide any support? This Skuld fires last on the team. How can that offer any support at all? The whole point of Skuld's crowd control clearing is that she fires ahead of the heroes that got crowd controlled and enables them to fire. So if you have a Kurt and he got silenced, then Skuld fires, clears his silence, and then Kurt fires. A round or two? You think this Skuld is going to live a round or two? You really think that that any of these heroes is going to survive if they have a T4 Valkyrie or a Freya? And Kurt is also not optimal here, because Kurt gets stronger when other heroes fire ahead of him, and since nobody fires ahead of him here, if you have energy on a 10-star, that's a total waste. They may not even get to use it. Nobody fires before Kurt. I guess Detlaf. Kurt's gonna do piddly damage. Speed artifact on Skuld. Okay.
How much longer are you gonna stay?
20-30 minutes?
Okay, I'm gonna go to Ralph's.
Okay.
To buy some vegetables.
What? We don't need those.
Yeah. Do you want anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Alright, hold up. I want to see what Skuld's speed is at 10-star. Azathoth is also an option. Let me see here. Okay, so a 10-star Skuld, 1186. You need how much speed to get Skuld faster than a T4 Kurt? You need 180 extra speed, which you have access to 110. It is physically impossible for this Skuld to get faster than Kurt. It is physically impossible. He is 160 speed. Skuld is... Oh, wait. No, that's not true. Cleric speed. Cleric speed. I'm wrong. I am wrong. 1286. Okay, so actually, she is only 780 speed slower. So with speed rune and speed artifact, now she doesn't have energy. So what's the point? That means you had to have a red speed rune on Skuld? Oh my god, that's a waste. That is a horrible waste. You wasted a lot of gold doing something that you could have just used different heroes. It's very inefficient. It's very, very inefficient. I still think T4 Freyas and whatever are going to destroy the team. Phoenix is going to use the revive. Skuld will just die, and then what? Kurt is not going to do a whole lot of damage here. And if they have a Detlaf or a Ripper, you're pretty... No, not Ripper. I guess you don't do, you do okay versus Ripper. If they have a Detlaf, you're screwed. You are really, really screwed. I'll give it a 6.5. Kurt's not that good as an early T4. Also, Phoenix could be faster than Kurt too, but Phoenix is not going to live long enough. Kurt is 1286. Huh. 280 Kurt is the same speed as a... Wow, 280 Kurt is the same speed as a 250 Scold? That's kind of sad. But that means that also, if you're only 1286, you're much slower than the enemy team if they have the same heroes at 300. I feel like Veg destroys this team. Pet stats can be fully upgraded without fully awakening. No, they cap. They cap at the tier of the hero, of the pet. So, like, you cannot get high tier stuff without the pet being higher. You are putting a lot of faith into everybody firing turn 2. Now, if they do have Ripper with energy, you are screwed. Ripper with energy destroys you. How can you improve now? Well, you need to start getting more reliable T4s. I have a feeling that when you upgrade a pet, it resets the stats too, actually. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, it's not that different than pets needing to be tier 4 for speed. Oh well. Just remember, Steven, you have become all that you hate. All that you hated. You have joined the ranks. Wow, I cannot make a 9-star on my alt. That hurts. Oh well. If you finish Freya and replace like Vivienne or something, or the Phoenix, it's probably okay. BRK suggests tanking with Viv, which I'm not sure I like the idea of, but probably is still going to be more helpful than tanking with the Phoenix. At least if the Viv dies, takes the revive, then Phoenix will keep his revive. See, Steven, we don't know that. We don't know how many you get from other sources. We know that it's available from the wheel event, which people love to not pull for, so I guess that's your bad if you didn't prepare for the wheel event. My bad too, because I did the same thing. We don't know how many you're going to get. Now, if they give you 1 per completion, okay, yes, it's pretty bad. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I really don't know what they're going to do with this. Because you have to spend so much for it. I mean... Why did you make T2 Freya if you didn't have the copies to T4 her? That seems just... That seems extremely bad. And also, how don't you have enough copies for Freya? She's so easy to get. Okay, well, I don't know. Anyway, the point is finish Freya, and, like, you really should have thought about that and made 1 T4 at a time. Kurt's not the best first one, and neither is Hodor. Neither of those are good early T4s, because they're not strong 1v1 or 3v3. They need too much support from other heroes. So you're kind of stuck. You're gonna be stuck for a little while yet. Probably another good 2 to 3 months. Finishing Vivienne next would probably be the best bet, though. Viv tank early is just amazing. Try it out. Alright, next will be Hot Snoodle. I would probably be a lot more depressed with the game if I had more than like 2 whales on my entire cluster. That's probably the main reason I'm not as upset about it as I probably legitimately could be. As a soul tank, Viv Verth. Verthandi does damage, Vivienne does not. Think about that. If you have Viv tank, you better have some damage behind her. Alright, well, remember everything I just said earlier? 8. Next. You need those heroes. Bryn, Sig, Hodor, Viv. Looks like he's building Vivienne now. And only 2 star shards. Wow. You should have a lot more than 2 star shards. Like on this team, I would have 4. Veg, Phoenix, Azathoth, and Skuld. So I don't know why you only have 2. That seems kind of limited. Alright. Next is Osiris. Can I fit Osiris on this line? I can. Alright. Uh-huh. Okay. Because he used the moonstones to buy heroes? I don't know the answer to that! I can no longer see. You got lucky, Hot Snoodle. You got lucky. Because I do not know whether or not you've used moonstones to buy heroes or not. Count your lucky stars that you only got an 8, or that you got an 8 and not a 7. Okay, so Osiris, This is a pretty good team. Nice and reliable. So you need to pick your first T4s now. Why would they add it if they knew that it would incriminate them? If they knew that adding it would take off a point, wouldn't you just say, oh, I forgot? I mean, I would. Tank Phoenix. The other thing is, how do you get that word out? That if you forget it, you automatically you lose a point? No, I can't do that. Qua, I believe you will have just enough if you do that. So, let me see. So, if you get a maximum, let's say like 650 per day from quests. So, you're spending 7,400 gems. You're getting 650 a day. That's 7 times 650 is 42, 45, 50 plus 20. Yeah, it's enough. It should be enough. It should be enough. I think I should tag people with that because, yeah, I think I'll relief. Remember when you said the community wasn't sickly at all, Steven? Remember when you said that? And remember when I denied it and I thought you were wrong? You never actually responded to that one. I know it's not in a good place right now. It's just that I'm gonna let everyone else bring out the pitchforks and torches, and I am going to do my best to stop them. That's the best I can do. I can't do any better than that. Like, if you wanna rage against them, go ahead. Just don't try to involve me in it. That is all I can ask. Okay, so it hadn't stabilized. There was people quitting every week. We lost so many big players within the span of June, July. There was no stabilizing there. We absolutely were and still are hemorrhaging players. There's very little I can do about that. Okay. Tank Phoenix is probably okay, but I feel like Veg is fine here because you've got Vivienne, and you've got Bryn, and you've got Valk. So probably Veg is okay as a tank here. I don't feel like Veg in the back is significant. It helps him, but because his crit rate is already so high, I kind of prefer him to be in the front to help his survivability, because he's not there for damage unless you really, really build him for damage, and even then he's unreliable for damage. So I think tanking with Veg is better. I think it's better to have him in front in most cases. I don't want to give people ideas on what happens. If I say it's going to make me quit, that's it. You just killed the game. I don't want to be the one to do that. I don't want to have that responsibility. I want to let people make that decision for themselves. I do not wish to be put into that spotlight. But I will say it's bad. That's all I can say. But I will say that it's not going to stop me from playing. So, I mean, what more do I need to say than that? Abishai, they're changing the fuse. That 5-star fusion only needs 2 copies of a hero instead of 4. And 6-star fusion no longer needs a specific copy of a hero. So it's 2 copies of the hero and 4 fodder instead of... Veg back, no use. Phoenix dies fast. Yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, keep Veg tank. So this is fine. And hi, Adrea. So I would say this team gets 7.5. I mean, Steven, what do you want me to say? I don't want to discuss the far-reaching impact of it because I don't think in those terms. Because the far-reaching impact of it to me is 0, so I don't need to discuss any of that. Hey, Wolf Dog. I'm still gonna play. I'm still gonna do exactly everything that I was doing before. I'm gonna plod along at doing whatever. I'll lose honor to whales. I don't care. It doesn't affect me the way that it's gonna affect you. So that's as much as I need to discuss. I don't want to be like Boomin, who spent entire streams talking about all the bad things that Taptap is doing. That just ruins your mood. Why do I want to do that? We'll give this a 7.5. Solid. Not great, but solid. Like, I just don't want to be like Mr. Negative. Magic the Gathering? I played it back in high school, yeah. Oh, whoops. I lost my place. Okay. Your Veg was dying first, then your Phoenix? That's better. Because then Skuld revives Veg, and Phoenix keeps his revive for later. That's better for you. Okay, so this is Boca. But yeah, Wolf Dog, as we are discussing, the game is not in the greatest of places. Lots of people are quitting. They're doing a lot of dumb moves, and I'm just gonna keep on plodding along. And, you know, if people want to play, they want to play. If not, nothing's stopping you from uninstalling. I honestly don't know what I would do with myself with like all the free time I would have without Taptap and streaming. I'm not sure I know what to fill that time with. 8 for Bryn, Viv, Hodor. Nope. There are 7 stars. Or there, Bryn is only 8 stars. Valk is only 8 stars. Hodor is not useful. I was not the one saying it was dying. I was not. I was never that person. I was the one trying to calm people down when they were trying to say it was dying. I mean, like, Bold has been the biggest naysayer for a while. Magic, oh god, I could not get back into Magic the Gathering. It was hard enough back when I played. The last expansion that I played in was, I want to say Alliances? Maybe something after that. Around Alliances. I think Homeland had came out, and then Alliances, something like that. That was, oh my god, that was 20 years ago. For me to try and learn 20 years worth of cards now, I couldn't do it. Dodge Tank Ripper, it is. And I don't think this team is all that good. Dodge Tank Ripper is not going to help. I mean, it's okay, but this team is still easily stoppable. If a Freya petrifies this Ripper turn 1, it's over. You're dead. And Hodor, the only person that directly helps Hodor is Ripper. Right? No. Actually, Lorelei and Veg could poison. But that's like junk damage for Hodor. So I don't think he's going to be that. Plus, because he's low level, his damage cap is much, much lower. So I don't think Hodor helps offensively here. So as a defensive Hodor, it's like fine. Yeah, I wouldn't use this Ripper. Viv would be a much better choice. Even Freya is a better choice than this Ripper. This is not a team where Ripper can excel. Wolf Dog, I get that. When you've spent a lot, it's really hard to walk away. It takes a very significant thing to make you walk away from that. And that definitely happened to me in AFK Arena, and it's happened to me in other games where I've put in, you know, 50, 100 bucks over the course of whatever time, and I just up and walked away. I had to do it. So I honestly feel like unless the game finds something that personally offends you, or like directly affects the way that you want to play, there's no need to get up in arms about something that might affect you or might not. Until it directly does affect you, I don't think it's significant. Which is okay. That's not the nicest way to put it, but Dylan, why do you need to break down a hero? Alright, so I don't really like Boka's team. So even though he's got Hodor, I'm still giving him an 8. I don't like this build. I would have used I would keep Veg Tank and put in Ripper. Or not Ripper, Vivienne over Ripper. Alright, do I have any more pictures? This poor guy. He can't fit his whole name. So he's not even a bomber boy, he's a bomber bow. Is your name Bo? Mr. Bomber Bow? You poor guy. I mean, that would have been the point where you pick a new name. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh that hard, but that, I don't know why, that just set me off. uh, I mean, have you thought about demoting yourself to just regular bomber boy? Unless you're not a boy anymore, in which case you can just be Lord Bomber. That's fine too. Bomber bow. Oh god. Alright, so aside from that, good lord, you've got Tesla and Medusa. Why are you putting so much effort into terrible heroes? Take it easy, Adrea. Dylan, you are too late for this round, sorry. Why are you leveling terrible heroes to 250? Is this... This looks like an ancient Unity team, so this is probably someone that played a really long time ago and quit and came back. In which case this team does not scale up with the times whatsoever. I don't even see copies of like Bryn, Sig, Hodor, Valk, like anything, so holy cow. Holy cow. So if you want to know what a team from 2 years ago would get now, this gets like a 3.
Are you done?
Little bit more. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You came back 2 weeks ago. I suggest you start over. Unless you were sitting on tons and tons of Miracle Eyes, which you didn't send. Unless you were sitting on tons of keys and Miracle Eyes, I suggest you start over. Like, your server is full of people who did not quit, and you have 0 chance against any of them. This is like a top 100 arena team at this time, so if even that. So I honestly suggest you start over. Alright, so we're going to give this a 3. Yeah, this would get the crown. This would get the crown. You have 300 eyes. See, that's helpful, but it's 3 copies of a hero. You came back just a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late. A couple weeks earlier and you would have had Sigurd in eyes. But you missed it, and now there is only not, you're gonna get not great heroes. It's not good. You're not in a good place right now. I absolutely do not recommend continuing on with this account. Like, this account doesn't even have 1 copy of Skuld. There's just no way. So, sorry, Bomberbow. This is the crown. But, you know, welcome back, and if you start over, there's a lot of better decisions you can make to keep up with the new meta. Wolfdog, as it says up there, you join the Discord, you post a picture in the YT Team Critique channel. You are too late this time, but next time maybe. Luna was good back then. Medusa was great back then. Medusa Freya was such a good combo. And Tesla, people were trying to make Tesla good. So, and Shud was top tier. Shud was like make or break. If you didn't have her, you were at such a disadvantage. She was so good back then. But that is no longer the case. The meta has moved on and old heroes have been obsoleted, and that is completely normal in the span of a mobile game. Alright, we're going to move on to Nohesi, who is the last for today. And as you can see, I was just asked when I'm finishing, so I will oh. Oh. Man, how does a person like this get so many copies of Brynn and Arwen as early T4s? That is so crazy. I guess they have given out a lot of elite chests. Luna got reworked recently. Not recently, but Luna was already reworked. So I think there's a very low chance that she's going to get reworked again for quite a long time. Brynn on high defense with Gift of Creation. That's fine. Energy is also fine, but Gift of Creation is good too. It's a solid idea. At least if she's slow, then nobody else can ruin the gargoyle after she lands it. And that can really, really ruin them. And Arwen. Jeez. I'm going to give this a 9. 8.5? 8.5 or 9? Valkyrie doesn't work well with Brynn. Elite chest. It's a hero chest that lets you choose which hero you want from a choice of 8. The most common elite chest that they've been throwing out has Arwen, Hodor, Valkyrie, Yig. I don't remember the rest of them. Phoenix and something else. I don't remember. But it has Arwen, Hodor, and that's all you really need to worry about. Nothing else matters. Watchman, Aegina, and Lorelei are the other 3. So Arwen, Hodor, Yig, Valkyrie, Phoenix, Watchman, Aegina, Lorelei. No Skuld is dangerous. Alright, we'll give it an 8.5 because it's fine. The Brynn is good. The Valk is good. New Monkey King is... Oh, I have the perfect message for you. I have the perfect message for you. Bam! I got to use it again. I got to use it again. How about that? All right. So yeah, you have some room to grow, but this is a solid team for where it is. Skuld would be really nice to have. If you get Skuld, I'd probably replace Valkyrie. Alright, that will be all for me today. Tomorrow we will be playing with the update. I do have an announcement to make, which is if you want the elite chest, I believe it should be obtainable with 7,400 gems next event. Replace Arwen with Kurt once you have Sig? Yes. You don't really need Arwen anymore. She's hard to use otherwise. Okay, Boca was sharing images of his team, saying Ripper improves win rates. I mean, I can't help but feel like these pictures are cherry-picked. And not all of these teams are all that good either. Like, you're winning against equally mediocre teams. It is 7,400 gems. 7,400 gems. Ali, that is a very good point. Alright, that's going to be all for me today. Thanks, guys, for watching. That is, tomorrow we'll be playing, tomorrow we will be playing the event. And I will tag everybody on Discord because Elite Chest, 7,400 gems. Alright, good night, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.